So we're going to go through some foods for you to add into that diet plan. That was a transition.
Hey guys, how's it going? Mr. Nixon here, Mr. Roberts here, and this is Martial Arts Mastery.
Okay, so the theme this week is going to be diet. Now, as we all know, a good martial artist needs a good diet. It helps us with our endurance, our flexibility, and our power, among other things. But there may be some benefits to a good diet, which you may not know.
Which are a better immune system, more focus, tons more energy, clearer skin, and just a better mood.
And also, feeling more awesome! Okay, so in the world of healthy diets and fitness, there are some myths and urban legends that you've got to look out for. Now, every diet episode we do, we're going to debunk one of those myths for you. And you might actually think right now that they are true.
So the first myth we're going to debunk is that exercise will give you a six-pack. Wrong! Exercise alone will build a muscle for a six-pack, but if you have a layer of fat over your stomach, you are not going to see that six-pack.
So these are some of the ingredients for that diet plan that you can add in.
So what you need is more water in your diet to start off with, and we'll explain why in a few seconds.
You also need to get an 80 to 20% ratio on your vegetables and meats. So what that means is you need to be eating more greens than meats.
So things like lettuce, cabbage, spinach and sprouts. The greener, the better.
We also want to be eating more white meats and fish instead of red meats like beef. And we also want to cut down on pastas and cheeses because they'll only add to the fat. The reason for this is something to do with the acid to alkaline ratio in your body, but we will explain that in a later video.
Also, if you're just changing your diet, try not to go straight onto too much fruit in the morning. And again, this has something to do with the acid and alkaline ratio. Try having more veg. You can try juicing to do that. That's an awesome way to get your veg in the morning. Green juices are the best. You can also try oaty porridge, but don't buy the ready-made stuff. Make your own.
And finally, don't buy ready-made foods or takeaways, especially you students. Get off your ass and get into the kitchen and start making your own stuff because it's just so much better for you.
So what we're going to talk about now is water. So our bodies are made up of about 82% water and our brain is made up of 80% water. So it only makes sense to put that fluid back into our bodies. Now if you have a diet of things like coffee, tea, burgers, chips and things like that, your body can only regenerate with that stuff. Because basically, our bodies regenerate every single day. So the skin that you have now isn't going to be the skin that you have tomorrow. And it's the same for the rest of your organs. Some take a little bit longer to fully regenerate, but that's the basic principle. They all regenerate. I think there's only one part of your body that doesn't regenerate, and that's your brain. So it is important to look after that part of your body. And the first thing we're going to do to help look after all those organs is to drink more water. It's as simple as that. So by having more water, you're going to get more energy. You're going to have more focus. You're going to be able to concentrate more. If you are changing your diet for the healthy stuff, to get all that goodness that you want, you might start out having things like headaches and things like that. That's your body detoxing. And what detoxing means is it's your body trying to flush out all the rubbish. Because by drinking and eating all the rubbish foods that you know that's bad for you, your body's going to regenerate with that stuff. So literally, you are what you eat. That saying is true. So that's why people get things like eczema and asthma and other such diseases like that. So what we need to do, or what you need to do, is when you're going to start a new diet, the first thing you need to do is start with water. Water's good for you, so it only makes sense to drink it. Now, yeah, maybe you don't like it, but I can guarantee the first time you tried alcohol, you didn't like alcohol. For you adults anyway. You kids, you shouldn't be drinking alcohol. But yet, you tried it again, and then again, and again, and then you suddenly get a taste for it, and you quite enjoy it. It's the same with water. And now we're not really taught this kind of stuff at school, but this is a fact. So basically, if you're wanting to get more energy, if you want to really energize your life, you need to start with water. So our water challenge is this.
So your challenge is for a whole week to drink nothing but water. Might seem hard at first, but trust me, with what Mr. Nixon just said, you should feel motivated to do it. Even if it was just for a couple of days and you cave in halfway through, don't worry about it, at least you tried. But if you don't, how are you going to know the benefits? Okay, so thank you for watching this diet-themed episode. We hope you found something interesting and we hope you apply this knowledge to your everyday life.
Don't forget to leave us a like, subscribe, and leave a comment if you wish.
But until next time, stay awesome and keep training. See you later.
Mashed potato.
No, we
So it only makes sense to replace that